Welcome to the Big Four Accounting Firms podcast, brought to you by big4accountingfirms.com and the Big Four Accounting Firms YouTube channel. In today's podcast, I wanted to talk about Deloitte UK internships. And this is because news has just come out from the BBC that Deloitte is canceling summer internships in the UK. And in the UK, these are called summer vacation schemes, and they are programs designed for students in their penultimate year of school. And it doesn't have to just be in your penultimate year of school. It could also be if you're entering a master's program. And in order to make up for canceling this, Deloitte is prepared to pay students about £500 in order to make up for the lost wages they would have gotten during the summer. This isn't really that big of a loss for students that were going into these schemes because these programs only lasted about 2 weeks to 2 months. And I'm pretty sure that Deloitte won't be the last Big Four accounting firm to stop these types of programs in the UK and in Europe. And this decision will impact about 400 students in the UK. And the amount of money that Deloitte is going to save here isn't that much. So there's other things in play. And I think it's a decision about hiring and capacity. I don't think that Deloitte is trying to hire this many people down the line. They have plans to hire people already, and they're already extending offers. So this is just delaying some future offers. But it also has to do with capacity. You don't want to have 400 students come in during the summer with nothing to do. And that's probably what they're facing in the UK because there's work that's been lost or the work that will be lost. And you don't want these people just sitting around, especially if they're going to be working from home. The logistics of doing this would also be hard since most people are going to be working remotely. So you'd have to figure out how to get 400 students, their laptops, their materials, and figure out a way to get them work and do all that remotely in a 2-week or couple month time period and then get all that material just right back. And that's just too much money. Even though it's not a ton of money, it's just too much money to do. It's not worth investing. When there's a good economy, Deloitte's willing to invest this because it really establishes a good brand for them in the marketplace and with recruits. But right now, I don't think anybody's really worried about branding. So I think Deloitte's probably thinking, why waste money coordinating distribution of laptops and work for these students? Just delay it. And I want to also remind people that Deloitte already announced that they're going to be reducing partner pay in the UK by about 20%. And I'm sure this has the potential to decline further. And I don't think anything can be guaranteed at this point. The article goes on to say that these students are guaranteed admission into a graduate program for the fall of 2021. But I'm not too sure that makes sense. Typically, the summer vacation scheme leads into an offer for the graduate program. But this doesn't mean you're guaranteed. They have to check your performance. And especially in this economy, I don't think there's any way that any accounting firm is going to guarantee employment in the future. Lastly, I want to remind people that these are tough times and that the Big Four don't have a ton of cash saved up based on the information that we've seen reported before. And the economy is only going to get tougher, and the bankruptcies are really starting to roll in right now. So I don't see a way that the Big Four accounting firms are going to avoid layoffs. Right now, they're trying things like furloughing people, mandatory sabbaticals, reducing partner pay, and now they're moving into canceling internships. And they might have a couple other things up their sleeve, but after that, it's going to be layoffs. And the way things are going, governments are extending lockdowns or they're easing the lockdowns very, very slowly. And it's just not going to be enough time to prevent bankruptcies and the amount of unemployment that's about to come. And that unemployment is going to roll up and it's going to affect other businesses like the accounting firms. And I just don't see how the accounting firms, like a lot of other businesses, are going to be able to avoid layoffs. But like I've said in previous podcasts, I think those layoffs are first going to come in key industries like oil and gas, real estate, retail, and travel and leisure. So make sure to avoid those industries if you can. So to stay up to date on all this information, make sure to subscribe to this podcast and our YouTube channel and check out our website. We have a tracker where we're tracking all this information on our website, and the link to that will be in the show notes. So make sure to stay up to date on all that information. Thanks for listening.